I pull another cup of lukewarm coffee toward the register and watch the steam rise in the fluorescent light. The diner sits empty at 2 a.m., just me and the hum of the refrigerator. Outside, streetlights cast yellow pools on wet pavement. I've been working the graveyard shift for 3 months. Same routine every night. Wipe tables, count tips, watch shadows move past the windows. Tonight feels different. A flicker catches my eye across the street. Movement near the old pharmacy building. My chest tightens. Marcus used to park there when he followed me home from work. I grab the trash bag and push through the back door. The alley smells like rain and garbage. I'm halfway to the dumpster when I hear soft breathing. A small figure sits curled behind the metal container. A boy, maybe 10 years old. His clothes are torn and dirty. Dark hair falls across his face. "Hey." I set the trash down slowly. "Are you okay?" He looks up. His eyes are too old for his face. Ancient, terrified. But when he sees me, something shifts. Recognition. I crouch down. "What's your name?" He doesn't answer. Just watches me with those strange, knowing eyes. I reach toward him carefully. He flinches but doesn't pull away. Not afraid of me. More like he's afraid for me. A red dot slides across the concrete between us. My blood turns to ice. Laser sight. I've seen enough crime shows to know what that means. "Get behind me." I grab the boy's arm. "Now!" The laser dot lifts, moves toward my chest. I yank the boy behind a metal crate as footsteps echo from both ends of the alley. 2 men in dark clothing move with military precision. They sweep the area with practiced efficiency. Hunters. The word comes from nowhere, but I know it's true. I pull the boy deeper into the shadows. He clings to my shirt with small, desperate fingers. His whole body trembles. The men communicate with hand signals. One points toward our hiding spot. The other nods. I scan the alley for escape routes. There's a gap between buildings to our left. It's narrow, but we might fit. The boy tugs on my sleeve, points to the gap. He knows. We move together, staying low. The boy is silent as death. No crying, no whimpering, just pure survival instinct. We reach the opening just as boots round the corner behind us. "There." One of the men's voices carries clearly. "The air." "Air?" I squeeze through the gap first, then pull the boy after me. We emerge into a wider alley behind the buildings. Boots land in front of me. A man stands 3 feet away. Tall, dark hair, pale skin that seems to glow in the streetlight. He wears an expensive black coat and moves with impossible stillness. He's not human. The thought hits me like a physical blow. But I don't run. Can't run. The boy has wrapped his arms around my waist. The man's eyes are gray, cold as winter sky. They cut through me, then soften when they fall on the child. The hunters hesitate at the alley mouth. They're afraid of this man. Terrified. He lifts one pale hand, a silent command. The hunters stop moving. He steps closer. His voice is quiet, controlled. "Behind me." I don't argue. The boy and I move behind his tall frame. A red laser dot appears on my forehead. The man presses a cold finger to my lips. "Don't talk." The moment I freeze, his body blocks the sniper's line of sight. A bullet whistles through the air. He rips a metal panel from the dumpster and deflects the shot. The boy whimpers and burrows into my coat. The man grabs my wrist. His skin is ice cold. "Come." He pulls us into a shadow that shouldn't exist. Darkness wraps around us. I blink. We're standing in a candle-lit room. Rich furniture, Persian rugs, floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. Everything too luxurious, too quiet after the chaos of the alley. The man releases my wrist, studies me with those penetrating gray eyes. "Sit." He gestures to a velvet armchair. I don't move. The boy hasn't let go of my sleeve. "Who are you?" I ask. Adrian Vale. The name means nothing to me, but the way he says it suggests it should. Where are we? My home. You're safe. Safe. The word feels foreign after months of looking over my shoulder. Adrian's gaze drops to the boy. Elias, are you hurt? So the child has a name. Elias. He shakes his head but doesn't speak. He doesn't talk, I say. He used to. Something painful crosses Adrian's face. Before. Before what? Adrian moves to an ornate desk, opens a drawer, pulls out something that gleams in the candlelight. A crest, silver and black, ancient-looking. Give me your hand, he says. Why? I need to test something. I back up a step. Elias moves with me, still clinging to my shirt. Test what? Whether the crest burns you. Burns me? I'm not giving you my hand. Adrian steps closer. His eyes are intense, focused. Please, this is important. Everything about this situation screams danger. Strange man, strange house, strange test involving burning. But Elias trusts him, and Elias trusted me enough to let me save him. I hold out my palm. Adrian places the crest against my skin. I brace for pain, for heat, for something. Nothing happens. The metal feels cool against my palm. Ordinary. Adrian stares at my hand. His face goes pale. That should be impossible. What should be impossible? Before he can answer, another man enters the room. Tall, sharp-featured, moving with predatory grace. His eyes sweep over me dismissively. Saren, Adrian says without turning around. Saren's gaze lingers on Elias, then snaps to Adrian. The hunters found us because of her. I know. She's a liability. I know. Invoke the sanctuary clause. Adrian's jaw tightens. He looks at me. I need to ask something of you. Here it comes. The price for rescue. The hunters won't stop, he says. They want Elias. They'll keep coming until they get him. Why? He's important, valuable. Adrian's voice drops. I can protect you both, but only if you accept temporary binding. Binding. The word sends cold fear down my spine. What kind of binding? A sanctuary vow. It would link your life to mine until the threat is eliminated. I laugh, but there's no humor in it. You want me to what? Marry you? In essence, yes. Absolutely not. The refusal bursts out of me. I don't know you, I don't trust you, I won't be bound to anyone ever again. Marcus's face flashes in my memory, his hands around my throat, his voice promising I'd never escape him. I understand your hesitation, Adrian says carefully, but the alternative is me leaving, right now. I start toward what I hope is a door. Elias's grip on my shirt tightens. The hunters are 3 minutes from breaching our defenses, Saren says coldly. A sound like breaking glass echoes from somewhere below us. Elias makes a strangled noise, points at the door with a shaking finger. The air in the room begins to vibrate. 2 minutes, Saren corrects. Adrian steps toward me. For the first time, I see fear in his eyes, not for himself, for the boy. Please, he says. I'm begging you. Another crash from downstairs. Closer. No. I back toward the door. I said no. Elias screams. No sound comes out, but his mouth opens wide. His face contorts with terror. The sound of cutting, metal against magic. Adrian looks at me with desperation I've never seen on a human face. They'll kill him. Find another way. There is no other way. The cutting sound grows louder. Whatever's protecting us won't hold much longer. Adrian lifts the crest again. I'm sorry. Don't you dare. He steps forward, speaks words in a language I don't recognize. The crest glows in his hand. Warmth floods my palm where it touched before. The sensation spreads up my arm. No! I lunge toward him. Too late. The front door explodes inward. Adrian grabs my wrist and pulls me behind him. You are my wife now, he says quietly. Stay behind me. Men in tactical gear flood into the room, weapons raised. I wrap my arms around Elias as the shooting starts. Adrian moves through the hunters in a blur of violence, no wasted motion, no hesitation. Bodies drop around him. In 30 seconds, it's over. Silence fills the room. Adrian turns to face me. Blood spatters his shirt. His eyes hold guilt instead of victory. I'm sorry, he says again. I stare at him, at the bodies, at the strange warmth still pulsing through my left hand. What did you do to me? I saved your life. You married me against my will. Yes. His honesty hits harder than a lie would have. Elias crawls into my lap, buries his face against my shoulder. His small body shakes with silent sobs. I hold him and glare at Adrian. I hate you. I know. Saren appears in the doorway, steps carefully around the bodies. We have a problem. What now? Adrian asks. Marcus Dry has resurfaced. The name hits me like a physical blow. Ice spreads through my chest. Adrian's eyes narrow. Who is Marcus Dry? I can't speak. Can barely breathe. Saren holds up a phone, shows Adrian the screen. He's claiming ownership rights to the girl. Ownership? Adrian's voice goes deadly quiet. He's her ex-husband. I was never married to Marcus, I whisper. Saren and Adrian both look at me. But he said... I stop. Swallow hard. He said I belonged to him, that I'd never escape. Adrian's expression darkens. Tell me about Marcus. I struggle for words that won't make me sound pathetic. He hurt me. A lot. I've been hiding from him for 6 months. And now he's found you. Because of me being here. No, because you saved Elias. Adrian kneels beside my chair. Looks into my eyes with unexpected gentleness. Your past isn't your fault, Lena, but it's how they're tracking us. How do you know my name? Marcus sent a very detailed message. Cold settles in my stomach. What did it say? Adrian and Saren exchange a look. Give the girl to Marcus, Adrian says quietly. And the boy lives. I wake in a bedroom that's too beautiful to be real. Silk curtains, antique furniture, a fireplace with actual flames. Sunlight streams through tall windows. I've slept past noon. My left palm tingles. The marriage bond, I guess. Physical proof that last night wasn't a nightmare. I open the bedroom door and find Adrian sitting in a chair across the hall, like he's been guarding me. Good morning, he says. He looks tired, stressed. His expensive clothes are wrinkled. Did you sleep at all? I ask. I don't require much sleep. Vampire. The word sits unspoken between us. Where's Elias? Kitchen. Saren is attempting to feed him breakfast. I head downstairs, find Elias picking at a plate of eggs while Saren watches with barely concealed impatience. Hey, sweetheart. I sit beside Elias. How are you feeling? He looks at me with those 2 old eyes, points to the eggs, then to his mouth, makes a disgusted face. I laugh. Not a fan of eggs? He shakes his head solemnly. What about toast? I grab a piece from his plate. With jam? He nods eagerly. As I spread strawberry jam on the toast, I feel Adrian watching from the doorway. When I glance up, he's staring at my hands with an odd expression. What? I ask. Nothing. It's just... He hasn't eaten willingly in weeks. Elias takes the toast and bites into it, smiles for the first time since I met him. He likes you, Adrian says softly. I like him too. And I do. There's something about Elias that calls to the protective instincts I didn't know I had. After breakfast, I braid Elias's hair while he sits patiently on the living room floor. Adrian pretends to read a book, but I catch him staring. "What's his story?" I ask quietly. "He's my heir, my adopted son." "What happened to his parents?" Adrian's face closes off. "They died. Recently." "And the not talking?" "Trauma response. He witnessed things no child should see." My heart breaks for the little boy. I know what it's like to live with trauma. Will he be okay? Eventually, with time and patience. And therapy. Adrian looks puzzled. Therapy? Professional help. Counseling. Someone trained to help children process trauma. "We handle such matters internally." I stop braiding. "Internally?" "Within the vampire community." So he is a vampire. I knew it, but hearing him say it still sends a chill through me. "How old are you?" I ask. "Old enough?" That's not an answer. 312. I stare at him. He looks 35 at most. "How old were you when you were turned?" 28. "So you've been alive for over 3 centuries. "Yes." "And you're the king of the vampires." "Of this region, yes." I finish Elias's braid and tie it off with a ribbon from my pocket. He turns and hugs me tightly. "Thank you," he mouths silently. "You're welcome, baby." Adrian's face softens as he watches us. Later, when Elias is napping on the couch, I corner Adrian in his study. "I want to know about the marriage bond," I say. He looks up from the papers scattered across his desk. "What do you want to know?" "Everything. What it means. What it does. How to break it." "It can't be broken." "There has to be a way." "There isn't." I sink into a chair across from his desk. "So I'm stuck with you forever." The bond serves 2 purposes: protection and power sharing. Power sharing? You can draw on my strength if needed, and I can sense if you're in danger. Can you read my thoughts? No, but I can feel your emotions when they're intense. Great. My fury from last night probably gave him a headache. And the protection part? No one can harm you while you bear my crest. Well, they can try, but they'll face consequences. What kind of consequences? Death. He says it matter-of-factly, like commenting on the weather. You'll kill anyone who hurts me? Without hesitation. Even if I don't want you to? Even then. I stare at him. This beautiful, ancient, terrifying man who forcibly married me to save a child. I still hate you, I say. I know. But I understand why you did it. Something flickers across his face. Relief, maybe. Does that help? I ask. More than you know. That evening, I'm helping Elias with a puzzle when Adrian appears in the doorway. We need to talk, he says. His expression is grim. I follow him to his study, where Saren waits with a small device in his hands. We found this on the roof, Saren says. Tracking beacon. The device is sleek, modern, definitely not vampire technology. How long has it been there? I ask. Unknown. But it's transmitting your location. Marcus, I whisper. Adrian nods. He's been watching the house, feeding information to the hunters. How did he know I was here? You tell me. I think back to last night, the alley, the diner. I don't know. I was careful. I've been careful for months. Think, Adrian says urgently. Any pattern you followed, anywhere you went regularly. Just work, the diner, and the grocery store on 5th Street. Same route every time? Usually. But I varied it sometimes. Not enough, Saren says coldly. It's not her fault, Adrian snaps. A phone buzzes on the desk. Adrian glances at the screen and goes pale. What? I ask. He turns the phone toward me. Text message from an unknown number. Give the girl to Marcus and the boy lives. You have 24 hours. I read it twice before the words sink in. They want to trade me for Elias, I say. Yes. Then we do it. No. Adrian's voice is sharp, final. Why not? I'm nobody. He's your heir. You're not nobody. You're my wife. That's not real. That's just some magical contract you forced on me. Adrian steps closer. His gray eyes burn with intensity. It's real to me. I don't know what to say to that. Saren clears his throat. We need to consider all options. There are no other options, Adrian says. I won't trade Lena to that monster. You don't even know me, I protest. You can't care about me that much already. Can't I? The question hangs between us. Before I can respond, alarms start blaring throughout the house. They're here, Saren says. Adrian grabs Elias and orders me to stay close. The lights go out as hunters breach the street outside. We move through the house in darkness. Adrian knows every inch of the layout. He leads us through a hidden passage behind the kitchen. Where are we going? I whisper. Safe house. The passage opens into an underground garage. 3 identical black cars wait in the dim light. Decoys, Adrian explains. He loads Elias into the middle car. They'll follow the wrong vehicles. What if they don't? Then we fight. We drive through empty streets at dangerous speeds. Adrian handles the car with supernatural reflexes. In the back seat, Elias grips my hand tightly. It's okay, I tell him. We're going to be okay. I hope I'm not lying. The safe house is a nondescript apartment building. Adrian leads us to the 3rd floor. The apartment inside is sparse but comfortable. How long do we stay here? I ask. Until we eliminate the threat. Meaning Marcus. Yes. I sink onto the couch. Elias immediately curls up beside me. They're not after Elias, Adrian says quietly. They're after you. What do you mean? The crest didn't burn you. That should be impossible unless... Unless what? Unless you have vampire ancestry. Or immunity to our magic. That's ridiculous. I'm completely human. Are you sure? I think about my childhood. My parents. Nothing unusual. Nothing supernatural. I'm sure. Then we have a problem. If you're immune to vampire magic, the hunters will want to study you, use you. Use me how? To create weapons against us, or to control other vampires. The thought makes me sick. That's why Marcus wants you back, Adrian continues. Not because he loves you, because you're valuable. I'm not valuable. I'm a waitress from Ohio. You're much more than that. Adrian's phone buzzes. He glances at it and curses softly. What now? He turns the screen toward me. A video message from Marcus. I don't want to watch it, but I need to know what we're up against. Marcus's face fills the screen. He's older than I remember. Harder. His smile sends ice through my veins. Hello, Lena, he says. I know you're watching this. I know you're scared. I am scared. Terrified. You thought you could run from me. Hide behind your vampire friends. But you belong to me. You always have. Adrian's jaw clenches. I'm not going away, Marcus continues. I'll hunt you until you come home. And if you don't, well, I have someone you used to care about. The camera pans to show an older woman tied to a chair. My neighbor from Ohio. Mrs. Patterson, who used to bring me soup when I was sick. No, I whisper. 24 hours, Lena. Then she dies. The video ends. I stare at the blank screen as rage builds in my chest. He has Mrs. Patterson. I'm sorry. She's 70 years old. She never hurt anyone. I know. We have to save her. We will. How? Adrian is quiet for a long moment. I don't know yet. I look at Elias, who has fallen asleep against my shoulder. This innocent child who's already lost so much. Then I look at Adrian, who has risked everything to protect us both. I need to surrender, I say quietly. No. It's the only way to save Mrs. Patterson. There has to be another option. Like what? You attack their stronghold? How many people die in that fight? I don't care. I do. Adrian stares at me. You're not going to Marcus. I won't allow it. You can't stop me. Watch me. But we both know he can't guard me every second. If I'm determined to leave, I'll find a way. The question is whether I'm brave enough to sacrifice myself for a woman who showed me kindness when no one else would. I look down at Elias's sleeping face. Think about Adrian's centuries of loneliness, the family he's building despite the odds. Then I think about Mrs. Patterson's gentle hands and warm smile. I close my eyes and make my choice. I wait until Adrian goes to check the building's perimeter. Saren is monitoring communications from the kitchen. Elias sleeps peacefully on the couch. This is my chance. I slip toward the door, but small fingers grab my wrist. Elias is awake. His eyes plead with me not to leave. I have to, I whisper, to save someone. He shakes his head frantically, points to himself, then to Adrian, then back to me. His message is clear. We're family now. My heart breaks. I'll come back if I can. He doesn't believe me. Smart kid. Take care of Adrian, I tell him. He needs you. I kiss his forehead and head for the door. Adrian appears in the hallway before I reach it. Going somewhere? He asks. Bathroom. Wrong direction. Caught. I turn to face him. I have to save Mrs. Patterson, not by sacrificing yourself to Marcus. Then how? We attack their base, extract the woman. And if she dies in the crossfire? She won't. You can't guarantee that. Adrian steps closer. His eyes are intense, desperate. I can't lose you, Lena. You barely know me. I know enough. Like what? You saved Elias without hesitation. You comfort him when he has nightmares. You argue with me instead of cowering. So? So you're brave and kind and stubborn. You make me feel human again. The admission hangs between us. That's not enough reason to let an innocent woman die, I say. Then we find another way. Saren enters the room with tactical gear. I've located their stronghold, warehouse district, heavy security. How many hostiles? Adrian asks. 12 hunters, plus Marcus. Manageable. For you, maybe. What about civilian casualties? Adrian's face darkens. We go in quiet. Surgical strike. And if it goes wrong? It won't. But we all know missions can fail. And Mrs. Patterson will pay the price. I need some air, I say. Adrian nods reluctantly. Balcony only, don't leave my sight. I step onto the small balcony overlooking the city. Adrian follows but gives me space. Tell me about your mate, I say. The one you lost. Adrian goes very still. Why? Because you loved her, and you're risking everything to protect me and Elias. That's different. Is it? He's quiet for a long time. When he speaks, his voice is barely audible. Her name was Elena. She was human. A healer. What happened? Hunters captured her. Used her to get to me. My chest tightens. They killed her. Yes, but not quickly. The pain in his voice cuts through me. They tortured her for information about vampire weaknesses, safe houses, bloodlines. Did she tell them anything? Everything, to stop the pain. And you blame her for that? No, I blame myself. I turn to look at him. His face is carved with centuries of grief. How long ago? 50 years. And you've been alone since then? Yes. Until Elias. Until Elias. And now me. He meets my eyes. And now you. I'm not Elena. No, you're stronger. She wasn't weak for breaking under torture. I know, but you wouldn't break, even for someone you love. The certainty in his voice surprises me. How can you know that? Because you're willing to walk into Marcus's hands to save a woman who's barely more than a stranger. She was kind to me. Exactly. Adrian steps closer, close enough that I can see silver flecks in his gray eyes. Don't go to him, Lena. Please. Then help me save her another way. I will, I promise. A phone rings inside. Saren answers it quickly. We have movement, he calls. Hunter convoy heading this way. Adrian curses. How did they find us? Unknown. But we need to move. Now. We grab our few belongings and Elias, who wakes without complaint. He's learned not to question sudden escapes. Where to? I ask as we head for the stairwell. There's another safe house across town, Adrian says. How many do you have? Enough. We make it to the parking garage before the shooting starts. Bullets ricochet off concrete as hunters flood the building. Adrian pushes Elias and me behind a car. Stay down, he orders. Then he's gone, moving through the shadows with lethal grace. I hold Elias close as gunfire echoes around us. He buries his face against my shoulder but doesn't cry. It's okay, I whisper. Adrian will protect us. And I believe it. Despite everything, I trust him to keep us safe. The shooting stops. Adrian reappears, blood on his clothes but moving normally. Clear, he says. For now. We pile into a different car and speed out of the garage. More hunters wait on the street, but Adrian drives straight through them. Seatbelts, he says calmly, as bullets spider the back window. I buckle Elias in and hold him as Adrian takes corners at impossible speeds. The hunters can't keep up. How did they find us so fast? I ask. Good question. Saren checks his equipment. No tracking devices on our gear. Then how? They're getting inside information, Adrian says grimly. From who? Someone who knows our protocols. The possibility of a traitor chills me more than the bullets did. We reach the new safe house as dawn breaks over the city. This one is a penthouse apartment with multiple escape routes. Safe for how long? I ask. Long enough to plan our next move, Adrian says. But his expression suggests he's not sure about anything anymore. Elias falls asleep on the couch again. Poor kid is exhausted from running. I sit beside him and stroke his hair. We can't keep doing this to him. I know. He needs stability. Safety. I know. So what's the solution? Adrian doesn't answer immediately. When he does, his voice is cold. Eliminate the threat permanently. You mean kill Marcus? Yes. And the hunters? All of them. That's not justice. That's revenge. Sometimes they're the same thing. I look at this beautiful, ancient man who has seen too much violence. It doesn't have to be. Doesn't it? There has to be another way. Such as? Negotiation. Compromise. With people who torture innocents? He has a point, but I can't accept that killing is the only solution. What if we expose them? Show the world what they really are? Who would believe us? Someone. If we have proof. And while we're gathering proof, how many more people die? I don't have an answer for that. Adrian's phone buzzes. He glances at it and goes pale. What now? Video message from Marcus. This time he hesitates before showing me. The video shows Mrs. Patterson in a different location. She looks hurt, scared. Time's running out, Lena, Marcus says off camera. Your vampire friends can't protect everyone you care about. The camera pans to show 2 more people tied to chairs, my former co-workers from the diner. No, I whisper. 12 hours, Marcus says. Then they all die. The video ends. I stare at the blank screen as rage builds in my chest. He's escalating. Yes. How many more people will he take? As many as it takes to force your surrender. Then I have to go. No. Adrian, he has 3 innocent people. And if you go to him, he'll have 4. But the others will live. Will they? What makes you think he'll honor his word? I want to argue, but he's right. Marcus never honored his word when we were together. So what do? We attack. Tonight. That's suicide. Maybe. But it's better than watching him pick off everyone you care about. I think about Mrs. Patterson, about Jenny and Carl from the diner. Good people who don't deserve to die because of my past. How do we get them out alive? Carefully. That's not a plan. It's the beginning of one. Adrian calls Saren over. They spread building schematics across the table. 12 hostiles, Saren says. Plus Marcus. Heavy weapons. Multiple exit points. What about the hostages? Likely kept in the center of the building. Maximum protection. Or maximum vulnerability, I point out. Both. So we need a distraction, Adrian says. Something to draw the hunters away from the hostages. Like what? Like me walking in the front door. That's insane. It's practical. They want me dead almost as much as they want Lena. And then what? You fight 13 trained killers alone? I've done worse odds. Not when you had something to lose. Adrian looks at Elias, still sleeping on the couch. Then at me. Fair point. We spend the afternoon planning, every possible angle, every contingency. But I keep thinking about those 3 innocent people in Marcus's hands. There's something you're not considering, I say finally. What? What if this is exactly what Marcus wants? You attacking his stronghold? Meaning? A trap. He takes your hostages to force me out, but he really wants you dead. Adrian and Saren exchange a look. She might be right, Saren says. Marcus has been working with the hunters for months. They've had time to prepare. For me specifically. Yes. So what do you suggest? I take a deep breath. I go in first. Alone. Absolutely not. Hear me out. I surrender to Marcus. He releases the hostages because he has what he wants. Then you extract me. Too many variables? Better than walking into an obvious trap. The answer is still no. It's not your choice. It is as long as you're my wife. The possessiveness in his voice should annoy me. Instead, it sends an odd thrill through my chest. We're not really married, I say. The bond says otherwise. The bond you forced on me. Yes, to save your life. To save Elias. To save you both. We stare at each other across the table, tension crackling between us. Elias whimpers in his sleep. Nightmare. I go to him immediately, smooth his hair, whisper reassurance. It's okay, baby. You're safe. He settles back into peaceful sleep. When I look up, Adrian is watching with an unreadable expression. He loves you, he says quietly. I love him too. And me? The question catches me off guard. What? Do you love me? I don't know how to answer that. Everything between us happened so fast. Marriage first, then getting to know each other. I don't know, I say honestly. But you could. Maybe. That's enough. For what? For me to move heaven and earth to keep you safe. The intensity in his voice makes my chest tight. Don't make this about me, I say. Make it about saving innocent people. It's about both. The sun sets outside the penthouse windows. Time to move. Adrian and Saren gear up with weapons and body armor. I feel useless watching them prepare for war. What can I do? I ask. Stay here with Elias. That's not helping. It's everything. Before I can argue, Adrian's phone rings. He answers it with a curt, yes. His expression grows darker as he listens. Understood, he says finally. Hangs up. What? I ask. Change of plans. They moved the hostages. Where? Unknown location, but they left this. He shows me a text message. Come alone, King. The girl for the humans. Midnight, Pier 17. It's definitely a trap, Saren says. Obviously. So we don't go. We have to go. Adrian, they're innocent people, Saren. They don't deserve to die because of vampire politics. I watch this powerful, ancient man choose compassion over strategy. It's beautiful and terrifying. I'm coming with you, I say. No. They want me. Use that. I won't risk you. You won't have to. I'll stay back until the hostages are safe. Lena, this is my fault, my past, my responsibility. No, it's mine. How? I bound you to me, made you a target. You saved my life. Did I? The question hangs between us as midnight approaches. Finally, Adrian nods. You can come, but you follow my orders exactly. Deal. And if something happens to me, nothing will happen. If it does, you take Elias and run. Don't look back. I won't leave you. You will. For him. I look at the sleeping child who has become so precious to me. Yes, for him. We leave Elias with trusted security and head for the docks. The pier is exactly what I expected. Dark, isolated, perfect for an ambush. Remember the plan, Adrian says as we approach. Stay behind me until I signal. What's the signal? You'll know. We walk onto the wooden pier. Moonlight reflects off black water. Marcus waits at the far end with 2 hunters. No sign of the hostages. Where are they? Adrian calls. Safe, Marcus replies. For now. We move closer. I can see Marcus clearly now. He looks older, harder than I remember. Dangerous. Hello, Lena, he says. You look good. I don't respond. Can't find my voice. I've missed you, he continues. It's been lonely without my wife. I was never your wife. Details. Where are the hostages? Adrian demands. Nearby. Release the girl, and I'll tell you. I want to see them first. Marcus laughs. You're in no position to make demands, bloodsucker. Neither are you. Really? Marcus raises his hand. Red laser dots appear on Adrian's chest. Snipers, hidden in the shadows. Here's how this works, Marcus says. The girl walks to me. You walk away. Everyone lives. And if I refuse? You die. Then I take her anyway. I step forward. Let me go to him. No. Adrian, it's the only way. There's always another way. Not this time. I start walking toward Marcus before Adrian can stop me. That's my girl, Marcus says with that horrible smile. Always practical. I'm halfway between Adrian and Marcus when everything goes wrong. A hunter steps out from behind a shipping container, rifle trained on Elias. But Elias isn't here. He's safe at the safe house. Unless... We picked up the boy 20 minutes ago, Marcus says casually. Adorable kid. Shame if something happened to him. My blood turns to ice. You're lying. Am I? The hunter speaks into a radio. A moment later, a van pulls up. The door slides open. Elias sits inside, bound and gagged but alive. His eyes find mine across the distance. Terror fills his face. Now then, Marcus says, let's try this again. I look back at Adrian. He's gone completely still, predatory. If you hurt him, Adrian begins. You'll what? You're outnumbered 10-1. Numbers don't matter. They do when we have what you love most. Marcus gestures to me, then to Elias. Choose, vampire. The girl or the boy. Adrian's face shows no emotion. But I can feel his rage through the marriage bond. I choose neither, he says quietly. That's not an option. It is now. Adrian moves faster than human eyes can follow. The first sniper dies before he can pull the trigger. Chaos erupts on the pier. I dive behind a crate as bullets fly. Adrian appears and disappears like smoke, striking targets with lethal precision. Marcus shouts orders, but his men are dying too fast to follow them. I crawl toward the van where Elias waits. The hunter guarding him swings his rifle toward me. Don't, I say. Please. Get back or the kid dies. You don't want to hurt him. I don't want to, but I will. The rifle barrel touches Elias's temple. He goes very still. Please, I whisper. He's just a child. So were the kids killed by his kind. He's never hurt anyone. Yet. The hunter's finger tightens on the trigger. I lunge forward just as the shot fires. Pain explodes through my shoulder. I crash into the van door, blood spreading across my shirt. But I'm between the hunter and Elias now. Shoot me, I gasp. Leave him alone. Lena! Adrian's voice cuts through the chaos. The hunter hesitates. In that moment of uncertainty, Adrian arrives. The hunter drops instantly. Adrian cuts Elias free and checks him for injuries. The boy throws his arms around my neck, trembling. Are you hurt? Adrian asks him. Elias shakes his head but doesn't let go of me. Good, stay close. Adrian examines my shoulder. The bullet went through cleanly, but I'm losing blood. Can you move? He asks. Yes. Then we go. Now. But Marcus isn't finished. Touching reunion, he calls from across the pier. But you're forgetting something. He holds up a detonator. The hostages are wired with explosives. I push this button. They die. Where are they? Adrian demands. Close enough to matter. What do you want? What I've always wanted. Lena. I look at Adrian, then at Elias clinging to me. Let them go, I tell Marcus. Take me. Lena, no. I won't let innocent people die. How noble, Marcus says. Just like old times. I start walking toward him again. This time, Adrian doesn't try to stop me. Smart choice, Marcus says as I approach. Now tell your vampire friend to leave. Go, I tell Adrian without turning around. I'm not leaving you. You have to. For them. Lena, please, trust me. Silence stretches between us. Then Adrian's voice, quiet but clear. I'll find you. I know. I reach Marcus. He grabs my arm with bruising force. There's my wife, he says, finally coming home. I look back one more time. Adrian stands motionless on the pier, Elias in his arms. Then Marcus shoves me toward a waiting car. Drive, he tells the hunter behind the wheel. As we pull away, I catch Adrian's eyes through the rear window. His expression promises death for anyone who hurts me. I hope he gets the chance to deliver on that promise. But first, I have to survive whatever Marcus has planned. The car speeds through empty streets toward an uncertain future. The car stops at a warehouse on the outskirts of the city. Marcus drags me inside while two hunters follow. The space is filled with shipping containers and surveillance equipment. In the center, 3 chairs sit under harsh lights. Mrs. Patterson, Jenny, and Carl are tied up but alive. They look terrified but unhurt. See? Marcus says. I keep my word. You said you'd release them. I said they wouldn't die. Different thing. He shoves me toward an empty 4th chair. Sit. I don't move. Let them go first. You're in no position to negotiate. Then kill me. But let them go. Marcus backhands me across the face. The blow sends me stumbling. Still defiant, he says. I missed that. Blood trickles from my split lip. I wipe it away and glare at him. You haven't changed, I say. Neither have you. Still trying to save everyone. Someone has to. Your vampire king isn't coming, Lena. I made sure of that. What do you mean? Marcus pulls out a phone. Shows me a video feed of the pier. Adrian lies motionless on the wooden planks. Blood pools beneath him. My heart stops. No. Snipers, Marcus explains. 3 shots to the chest. Even vampires can't survive that. You're lying. Am I? The video shows Elias kneeling beside Adrian's body. The child's silent screams tear through me. No, I whisper. No, no, no. Your protector is dead, Lena. You're mine now. Rage floods through me, hot and violent and consuming. I launch myself at Marcus, fingers clawing for his eyes. He catches my wrists easily, twists until I cry out. "There's the fire I remember," he says. "Don't worry, I'll enjoy breaking it again." He forces me into the chair. Zip ties my wrists to the armrests. "Now then," he says, "let's discuss your future." "I don't have a future with you." "Sure you do. Just like before." "I'll never submit to you again." "You will. When the alternative is watching your friends die slowly." He nods to one of the hunters. The man approaches Mrs. Patterson with a knife. "Stop," I say quickly. "Ready to cooperate?" I look at the 3 innocent people who are here because of me. Because Marcus is obsessed with possessing what he can't control. "What do you want?" "Your vampire husband bound you to him, didn't he? Made you his property." "It's not like that." "Isn't it? You can't leave him, can't disobey him." Sounds familiar. He's wrong, but I don't correct him. "The bond gives you access to vampire magic," Marcus continues. "I want to know how it works." "I don't know anything about magic." "You will, after we run some tests." "Tests." The word sends ice through my veins. "What kind of tests?" "Nothing fatal?" "Probably." The hunter presses his knife to Mrs. Patterson's throat. She whimpers. "Don't hurt her," I plead. "Then start talking." "How does the bond work?" "I feel his emotions sometimes, when they're strong." "What else?" "Nothing else." "You're lying." "I'm not. That's all I know." Marcus studies my face, looking for tells, signs of deception. "We'll see," he says finally. He pulls out a device that looks like a modified taser. "This will help you remember." The first shock sends agony through my nervous system. I bite my tongue to keep from screaming. "How does the bond work?" Marcus asks again. "I told you. I don't know." Another shock. Longer this time. "The crest didn't burn you. That means you have immunity." "How?" "I don't know." Wrong answer. The third shock makes me convulse against the restraints. Blood fills my mouth. "Please," Mrs. Patterson says weakly. She's telling the truth. "Shut up, old woman." Marcus raises the device again. Before he can use it, alarms start blaring throughout the warehouse. "What now?" he snaps. One of the hunters checks a monitor. "Perimeter breach. Multiple contacts." "How many?" "Unknown. Thermal imaging is compromised." "Vampires," Marcus says grimly. "He's not dead." Hope flares in my chest. Adrian is alive. "Defensive positions," Marcus orders. "Kill anything that moves." The hunters scatter to cover points around the warehouse. Marcus grabs a rifle and checks the magazine. "Time to finish what we started." "You can't win," I tell him. "Not against Adrian." "Watch me." The lights go out. Emergency illumination kicks in, casting red shadows everywhere. Then the real darkness comes. Supernatural shadow that blocks even the emergency lights. Adrian's power. Gunfire erupts from multiple positions. Muzzle flashes strobe in the black. Screams. Wet sounds. Silence. "Report!" Marcus shouts. No one answers. "Report, damn you!" Still nothing. A cold voice speaks from the darkness. "They're dead." Adrian steps into the red light like an avenging angel. His shirt is torn and blood-stained, but he moves without pain. "Hello, Marcus. You should be dead." Disappointing, I know. Marcus raises his rifle. Adrian moves faster than human sight. The rifle clatters across the floor. Marcus hits the wall hard enough to crack concrete. "Are you hurt?" Adrian asks me. "I'm okay. Where's Elias?" "Safe. Saren has him." Relief floods through me. The video showed. Fake. Staged to break your spirit. It worked. No. It made you fight harder. Adrian cuts my restraints with a knife that gleams silver in the red light. I stand on shaky legs. "The hostages." Already freed. My people are getting them medical attention. Thank you. Thank me when we're safe. Marcus groans from where he hit the wall, tries to stand. Stay down, Adrian advises. I'm trying not to kill you. Why? Because Lena wouldn't want that on her conscience. She's mine, Marcus says. Blood trickles from his mouth. No, she's mine. I had her first. You never had her. You only hurt her. Adrian moves toward Marcus with deadly intent. Wait, I say. He stops, looks at me questioningly. I need to do something first. I walk to where Marcus slumps against the wall. He looks up at me with hatred and desire twisted together. You were right about one thing, I tell him. What? I did belong to someone. I kneel to his level. But it was never you. I stand and step back. Now I belong to myself. Marcus's face contorts with rage. You can't leave me again. Watch me. He lunges forward. Adrian intercepts him effortlessly. That's enough. Kill me then, Marcus spits. But she'll never love you. She's broken, used, worthless. Wrong, Adrian says quietly. She's perfect. Something inside my chest breaks open. Not damage. Healing. Take him away, I say. I don't want to see him again. What should I do with him? I don't care. Just make it clean. Adrian nods. Understands. Marcus is dragged away, screaming threats and promises. I sink into a chair, suddenly exhausted. It's over, Adrian says gently. Is it? The hunters are dead or scattered. Marcus won't hurt anyone again. You're safe. And Elias? Safe. Waiting for you. He must be terrified. He was. Until I promised to bring you home. Home. The word feels strange. I haven't had a real home in years. Adrian? Yes? I'm sorry I tried to surrender to Marcus. You were protecting innocent people. I understand. But you came for me anyway. Of course I did. Why? He kneels beside my chair, takes my hands in his cold ones. Because you're my wife, my partner, the mother of my heir. I'm not really. You are, in every way that matters. I look into his gray eyes and see truth, certainty, love. What happens now? Now we go home, all of us. And then? Then we build something beautiful. He helps me to my feet, wraps an arm around my waist when I sway. I can walk, I protest. I know, but I need to touch you, to know you're real. We leave the warehouse together. Dawn breaks over the city as we drive back to safety. Elias is waiting in the penthouse when we arrive. He runs to me the moment I walk through the door. I catch him in a fierce hug. He buries his face against my neck. I thought they took you forever, he whispers. His first words to me, barely audible but clear. Never, I promise. I'll always come back to you. Promise? Promise. Adrian watches us with an expression I've never seen before. Soft, vulnerable, hopeful. Are we a family now? Elias asks. I look at Adrian. He nods slightly. Yes, baby, we're a family. Good. Elias yawns. I was scared to be alone again. You'll never be alone again, Adrian says firmly. None of us will. 3 weeks later, I wake in the townhouse that's become home. Sunlight streams through curtains I helped choose. The guest room has been converted into Elias's bedroom, painted blue with glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling. I find him in the kitchen, helping Adrian make breakfast. They work together with easy familiarity. Morning, Mom, Elias says, without looking up from the eggs he's scrambling. The word still makes my heart skip. Mom, like I was meant for this role all along. Morning, sweetheart. How did you sleep? Good. No nightmares. It's been a week since his last nightmare. Progress. That's wonderful. I kiss the top of his head and accept a cup of coffee from Adrian. Thank you. You're welcome. Our fingers brush as he hands me the mug. The touch sends warmth up my arm. After breakfast, Elias goes to his art therapy session. A human therapist who specializes in trauma. Adrian and I have the house to ourselves. I need to tell you something, he says. What? The sanctuary vow can be dissolved, if you want. I set down my coffee carefully. Dissolved? Yes. You could be free. Human again. Would I lose the bond? The connection to you? Yes. And Elias? He would still be your son, if you want him to be. I consider this. Freedom. The chance to leave this supernatural world behind. To be ordinary again. Why are you telling me this? I ask. Because you deserve a choice. A real choice this time. And if I choose to stay? Then we make the bond permanent. No more sanctuary clause. Just marriage. Real marriage. Yes. I stand and move to the window. Look out at the garden Elias is planning to plant in the spring. What do you want? I ask, without turning around. I want you to be happy. That's not what I asked. I want you to stay. But only if you want to be here. I turn to face him. Why do you want me to stay? Because I love you. The words hang between us. Simple. True. Since when? Since you threw yourself between Elias and that hunter. Since you argued with me about therapy. Since you made me remember what it feels like to hope. I love you too, I say quietly. His face transforms. Joy, relief, wonder. You do? Yes. I think I have for weeks. I was just afraid to admit it. Why? Because the last time I trusted a man completely, he destroyed me. I'm not Marcus. I know. You've proven that 100 times. Adrian crosses to me, cups my face in his hands. What's your choice, Lena? I choose you, both of you. This family we've built. Are you sure? Completely. He kisses me then, soft and gentle and full of promise. When we break apart, I'm breathless. So how do we make it permanent? I ask. With this. He pulls out the crest, the same one that didn't burn me weeks ago. Place it on your palm, he says, willingly this time, and speak your vow. I take the silver and black crest. Look at its intricate design. What should I say? Whatever feels true. I place the crest against my palm. It warms under my skin. I choose you, Adrian Vale. I choose this life, this family, this love. The crest glows bright silver. Warmth spreads up my arm and settles in my chest. And I choose you, Lena Marlowe. Forever. The glow fades, but the warmth remains. It's done, Adrian says. We're really married now. Really married. Good. Elias arrives home an hour later with paint on his fingers and stories about his art session. Can we have pizza for dinner? He asks. Of course, Adrian says. Whatever you want. And can we watch a movie after? Which one? The one with the talking cars. Again? It's my favorite. Adrian looks at me helplessly. We've seen this movie 15 times. Again, I say firmly. Later, we sit on the couch together. Elias between us, falling asleep against my shoulder. Adrian's arm around both of us. The movie plays on the television, but I'm not watching. I'm looking at my family, my husband, my son, my home. You were never married against your will, Adrian whispers in my ear. No? No. You were claimed by destiny. I look at him, this beautiful ancient man who saved my life in every way that matters. I can live with that, I say. He smiles. Good, because you're stuck with me forever now. Promise? Promise. Outside, snow begins to fall. But inside, we're warm, safe, together, finally home. 6 months later, I wake to the smell of pancakes and the sound of laughter from downstairs. Elias's voice carries clearly through the house. animated and bright. And then the dragon said, "But I don't want to be scary anymore." Adrian's deeper voice responds with theatrical surprise. He didn't want to be scary? What did he want to be instead? A baker. He wanted to make cupcakes for all the village children. I smile and stretch in our bed. Our bed. The words still feel new and wonderful. Adrian moved me into his room 3 months ago, not because of obligation or the bond, but because we couldn't stand sleeping apart anymore. I pull on a robe and pad downstairs barefoot. The kitchen is a disaster. Flour covers every surface. Elias stands on a chair at the counter, carefully pouring batter into a pan. Adrian hovers beside him, ready to catch any spills. "Good morning," I say from the doorway. "Mom!" Elias beams at me. "We're making breakfast. I'm the head chef." I can see that. Very professional operation. Adrian's just the assistant chef. Just the assistant, Adrian agrees solemnly. The head chef makes all the important decisions. I kiss them both good morning. Elias tastes like maple syrup. Adrian tastes like coffee and contentment. "How did you sleep?" Adrian asks quietly. "Perfectly." And I did. No nightmares, no looking over my shoulder, just peace. The therapy session went well yesterday, I tell him as Elias focuses on his pancake. He seems happier. He is. We all are. It's true. Elias speaks freely now, laughs often, draws pictures of our family that cover the refrigerator. Adrian has changed too. The grief that shadowed him for decades has lifted. He smiles easily, plays with Elias, holds me close every night like he's still amazed I'm real. And me? I'm becoming someone I barely recognize, confident, secure, loved. "Pancakes ready," Elias announces. He slides his creation onto a plate with exaggerated care. It's lopsided and slightly burnt, but made with pure love. "For you, Mom." "Thank you, sweetheart. It looks delicious." We eat breakfast together at the kitchen table. Elias chatters about his art class, his upcoming piano lessons, his plans for the garden. Normal family conversations, the kind I never thought I'd have. "Can we go to the park today?" Elias asks. "If you want," Adrian says. "I want to feed the ducks and show them my new drawing." "What's the drawing of?" "Us, our family." He pulls a folded paper from his pocket. The drawing shows 3 stick figures holding hands in front of a house. A man, a woman, and a small boy. At the top, in careful block letters, "My family." "It's beautiful," I say softly. "I'm going to give it to Mrs. Patterson when we visit her today." Mrs. Patterson recovered fully from her ordeal. She sends Elias cookies every week and calls him her honorary grandson. "She'll love it," Adrian says. After breakfast, we get dressed and walk to the park. It's a beautiful spring day, warm sunshine, blue sky, flowers blooming everywhere. Elias runs ahead to the duck pond with a bag of breadcrumbs. Adrian and I follow at a slower pace, hands linked. "Any regrets?" he asks. "About what?" "Choosing this life, the supernatural world, a vampire husband." I consider the question seriously. 6 months ago, I was hiding from my past, working the graveyard shift, afraid to trust anyone. Now I'm married to the vampire king and raising his heir. It should terrify me. Instead, it feels like coming home. "None," I say. "You?" "Only one." "What?" "That I waited so long to find you." He stops walking and pulls me into his arms, kisses me in the middle of the park like we're teenagers. "Adrian," I laugh against his lips. "People are watching. Let them watch. You're the dignified vampire king. You have a reputation. My reputation can handle it." He kisses me again, deeper this time. I forget about the people watching. Forget about everything except the man in my arms. "Mom! Dad! Come see!" We break apart to find Elias waving excitedly from the pond. A family of ducks swims toward him, drawn by the breadcrumbs. Dad. He called Adrian Dad. Did you hear that? Adrian whispers. I heard. His eyes are bright with unshed tears. This ancient, powerful man brought to his knees by a child's love. Come on, I say gently. Our son needs us. We join Elias at the water's edge. He divides the breadcrumbs between us so we can all feed the ducks together. The baby duck is my favorite, he says, pointing to the smallest one. He's brave like Mom. Brave like you, I correct. Brave like all of us, Adrian adds. The afternoon passes in a blur of small pleasures. Playground time. Ice cream from a vendor. Stories on a park bench while Elias naps between us. Perfect moments that add up to a perfect life. As the sun sets, we walk home through quiet streets. Elias holds both our hands swinging between us. Are you happy? He asks suddenly. Very happy, I say. Are you? The happiest I've ever been. Good, that's how it should be. Will it always be like this? I look at Adrian over Elias's head. He nods slightly. Always, I promise, and I believe it. Not because our lives will be free of challenges, but because we'll face them together, as a family. That night, after Elias is asleep, Adrian and I sit on our bedroom balcony. Stars shine overhead. The city sparkles below. Thank you, I say quietly. For what? For saving me, for giving me a son, for teaching me to trust again. You saved yourself, Lena. I just provided backup. We saved each other. Yes, we did. He pulls me closer. I rest my head on his shoulder and listen to the steady rhythm of his heart. I love you, I whisper, and I love you. Always. Always. The word settles into my bones like a promise. Tomorrow, there will be new challenges. Vampire politics to navigate, Elias's education to oversee, a relationship to nurture and protect. But tonight, there's only this: peace, love, family. I look at the man who became my husband, my partner, my heart. Ready for bed? He asks. Ready for whatever comes next. He smiles and takes my hand. Then come, let's go home. We're already home. Have been since the moment we chose each other. But I follow him inside anyway, toward our future together, toward always.